Get out the insurance cards, get out the copays. The office is open, my friends. Brought to you by DrRoto.com.
So let's get to it.
Bring the pain!
What's up, everybody? It's Heat Override, and I'm ready to bring the pain for you and Dr. Roto this week. Ooh, yeah. What's up, Dan? How you doing?
What's up, man? I'm back this week. It was a pretty good week this week. So we're good.
That's good. I mean, me and you were locked in and focused at work pretty much for the most part, but we got done. We got here to the best part of the week.
Yeah, the Fight Club, man.
Yeah. I mean, best part of the week is usually Friday when you punch out and you don't have to go back to any of our jobs. That for the people who work weekends, sorry about your luck, man. It is what it is. Ooh, yeah.
Not me, man. I'm off every weekend.
That's the best part, man. And I'm excited to still be talking about UFC. Of course, next week it's a week off for Valentine's Day, so then we'll be back for the 21st. We'll have a banger then. So of course that's Strickland Hernandez.
That's my birthday week.
I know. So that'll be fun. We'll definitely have to throw some kind of like song or video together. I'm good.
I don't need a song or a video. I'm good.
Maybe we'll get a little bit of that going on there. We do some wild stuff because that's what we do in the Fight Club of Pain. We have fun, we do stuff, we break down fights, and we make sure that all of you become our rich friends. By the way, if you haven't been over to the site, get over to drroto.com, use code WIN, and you will be our rich friend. We have the right cure for any fantasy need. We had a whole write-up and podcast for the PGA golf going on right now. I think I'm doing terrible. I try DFS golf every once in a while, especially like when it comes back, and I suck at it, bro.
Do you know any golfers? Do you know anything about golf?
Howdy Scheffler.
I couldn't tell you 5 golfers, man. I could Google who was in Happy Gilmore too, and that's about it.
Happy Gilmore is unfortunately not one of the golfers, but no, there's a few. Like when I see the names, if you see the names, you would recognize them. You would recognize the names, honestly. You know, you still have like Jordan Spieth and stuff like that. Like, okay, I'm not the golf expert.
I thought Jordan Spieth was a tight end in the NFL, man.
That's his brother. His brother's Joey.
Oh, it's Matt Spieth. He used to play for the Steelers. He used to play for the Steelers.
Matt Spieth. Come on. Well, it is Super Bowl weekend. It's the last week of NFL. You know what's really cool is last week when people started coming in and saying, hey, you guys talked football last week. We liked you talking football. And it was like they was coming back for some football and they ran into some UFC.
Yeah.
A sport that you can actually make some money at.
Yeah, and a sport that's actually fun to talk about.
What's up, Alma?
Hey,
yeah, so for me, we've been debating this, and I've been running my mouth. I've been saying, "Oh, Sirius XM, what are they doing? They're turning their back on a great product." They are. That's not wrong. They're turning their back on betting. They're turning their back on DFS, all for baseball off season, all for basketball. Which last night I tried to play basketball and I got sidetracked, missed the game lineup, and 2 starters did not start. So, like, I can't do that. Like, why? And you're going to feature these actual sports when you could actually feature something that can make your listeners money and make it's just more fun to watch. I mean, what do you want to hear about? Hey, this guy's WOBA is going to be really good in about 2 months. 2 months. That's 2 months you could be winning money at UFC. People are ignorant in this world, and they don't want to say, they won't want to back up. So we're going on a hot tangent. I'm calling out the channels. The world needs to step up. All the people need to start backing up. All the UFC themselves, Dana White, Joe Rogan, everybody needs to step up and get UFC coverage on SiriusXM Fantasy, not the Fight Club. Because the Fight Club covers it.
Here's the thing, though, man. I don't think all the people that play fantasy sports watch the UFC, so they're not really into it. It's kind of like me watching golf.
So you're saying practically some nerds out there, nerds. They just don't translate to people getting beat up well.
Yeah, like the abracadabra guy that like wished cancer on us a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like you get to that point where you're watching a sport, and it is brutal. But the thing is it showed last week, and I put this on the social media, and I showed we had a 5th-minute win. The Roofy versus the Z.
Yeah.
The minutes plus 900. You can go look at the NFL right now, and it's probably a tight end or a 4-string like wide receiver that might actually get a plus 1,200 touchdown. And the thing is that might never happen in a defensive game. Look,
how you doing, guys?
So,
I got feedback, brother.
Yeah, you got some feedback? A little bit. Is it okay now?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. So, of course, everybody that's piling in right now, this is the Fight Club of Pain. We talk fight theory. We give out bets, parlays, our picks. We choose a certain amount of fights to focus solely on fights that are going to think. So this is going to be the main card. We're going to do top 3. And then on top of that, you'll get the soup can of the week. You'll get the parlay of pain, which went 4-1 and 3-2 and still profited on the 3-2 lineup because of the round robin things we teach you in the Fight Club. You know, that's you have to have all the skills. You can't just be a one-trick pony. If you only know how to wrestle, you might get your head knocked off in the UFC. So
yeah,
everything, right?
What's up, man? What's up, man? Oscar Andrew.
What's up? Yeah, what's up, Oscar Andrew? I'm waiting for that boy Ken Vick come up in here. What up, Ken Vick?
Yeah, where's Ken Vick? Dan Vick wants to talk to his brother.
So we're gonna have all that for you. Of course, at the end, I will give out my Tuesday. This doesn't mean it's my only DFS lineup on DK. I'll give out my Tuesday lineup, my first look. And then I will also give out a DFS Hero simulated lineup to show you where the books are this week. And you get that. So get over to DFS Hero, use code word DOC, get 20% off of your subscription. That's what we do. We support, we get everything there. But, you know, I'm excited about this card. What fight has you the most excited?
I really like the main event, man. Ooh, really like the main event. The Bautista and Oliveira, man. I really like that fight.
I was looking at the Bantam, the Bantam rankings, and of course, you know, being 11 and it was it 9 right now? Is
12 and 9.
12 and 9. So anyway, this is a big shot for Oliveira.
Yeah.
And Bautista is at that level right now that he can definitely go on a championship run. But I don't think that can happen with what we saw in his last fight. I mean, we'll talk about that a little bit more when we get into that fight, actually. But for me, when I was, you know, when you look at it, they're 32, 30, and they're practically, they may see each other again. Might not be a title match, but they may see each other again.
They might.
So,
they might. And what other fight do I really like? Oh man.
I mean, there's so much. I want to see the Donchenko fight. I can't.
Yeah.
I want to see.
Yeah, the Donchenko and Moreno. Yeah, I really like that fight.
That's the old school versus the new school. Very new school.
Bassarat versus Vasquez. Man, that one intrigues me.
Mm-hmm.
And your boy Wicklitz that upset Patchy Mix. He's fighting.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that beat up Patchy Mix on this card.
This is Patchy Mix goodbye tour. Party. Yeah, it's a goodbye tour.
They just brought him along. They said, hey, you could come to Vegas, one more drink, one more event. Then we'll send you back to Bellator. Wherever you want to go. This is great, man. I'm excited. This is the best part about this show is we get to laugh, we get to break down fights, and we get to have some fun. Meanwhile, we get to show why the Fight Club of Pain has been one of the best shows out there. Last week, on top of hitting a lot of those knockouts, of course I didn't count. Look at all that. There's a lot there, people. I want to say that I probably gave out around 50, 60 bets on this show, and over 40 of them hit. So that's the formula that we put together, Dan.
I mean, toot your own horn, man. You got to toot your own horn on that one.
We had Soup Can Offley come through in a big way for us, even though he wasn't going to be your Soup Can. Soup Can Offley, the backup did well.
Yeah, the backup did well. But I think my Soup Can this week is a lock. So,
oh, all right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I kind of want to save the highlighted fight for after the main events, since the highlighted fight features it already features it. So we'll do that. So why don't we just start out with our first fight of the night, Jelton Almeida versus Rizvan Yunus. Gotta say those guys' names like raspy. Dan, talk about it.
All right, man. Cuniv, he's a big man with a strong base and punching power that can change a fight with one swing. He wants to keep the fight standing and use his size and punching power while using limited kicks to limit the opportunities for takedowns by Almeida. Almeida, he's one of the UFC's most dangerous grappling heavyweights. Every fight has the same game plan. Close the distance, clinch, take it to the ground, and suffocate the opponent with relentless top pressure. Striking, he has an average power and a nice 1-2. He wants to drag Cuniv into deep water and let him drown.
Yeah, I love it. And Cuniv is hard to hold down. So that's going to be that's going to be for the first challenge for Almeida. But Almeida's like spaghetti. Like you take one of those little plastic toys, like a little army man, and throw him in some spaghetti, give it one good shake, and that man is wrapped up all over that guy like a sweet marinara sauce.
Yes, sir. I mean, he's a heck of a grappler, man.
Mm-hmm. He is. And like you said, he is one of the best guys out there. I've heard people call him the best in the UFC, and one of the best actually.
He's one of them.
He's one of them. I mean, ain't much bigger than him that can do that. But again, you run across somebody like WCA, you better take him down fast because that boy's going to come at you. So that's what Cuniv's game plan is, of course, is to come after him, to stay strong, to stay up, and not so much worry about his Humpty Dumpty looking weird body. But that extra love flab he got hanging going on. He's going to be rubbing that all over Almeida. But this really is going to go down. This could be the most boring fight of the night.
I agree, man. Cuniv, man. He wants to keep it on the outside. He does not want to. He doesn't want to get close to being grabbed by Almeida.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that, and that's something Almeida really needs to do is get him up on the cage. Now I did see Cuniv work well on the cage. He likes to work the knees within a clinch and to kind of do the push, but it's really going to be Cuniv is like your typical kind of round, chubby guy, and Almeida's kind of like your strong, sleek, built, athletic guy.
Yeah.
Which body style do you think can win this match?
In a heavyweight match, it really doesn't matter because. One, you have big guys like Tuivasa and Derek Lewis and just the big chubby guys that just go out swinging. And then you have these guys built like Almeida and John Jones and everybody else that are just tall, lanky, and big. But I think Almeida's body shape and body size is a little bit better than Cuniv's because he would have the endurance, if you know what I mean, because carrying all that extra body fat, it can't be good for endurance.
Yeah, and I agree with that as well too. And there's a reason why he's number 6. I don't think I of course don't like the Cuniv side. We're gonna get the numbers going here right now too. And he is the bigger. Cuniv is 6'4". He's gonna come off a little bigger. But I think that's Almeida's sleekness should be able to get around. Plus, Almeida will ground and pound your ass. So that is a possibility. Let's hit some of these numbers. Distance nose, -260. Knockout, plus 135, sub plus 200 points, plus 185. This is a free for all, people.
Yeah.
You just got to put a bet on. You could put a bet on all three of those, or just two of the things that you might think will happen, and most likely you're going to get it right. But we'll go through some of the other numbers to make sure that we run this down right. Under 1.5 rounds is a plus 108. That one's going to be a little sketchy because this one could definitely easily go the distance, and I actually have it going the distance for me, but because I love violence and I want violence, I have violent bets. So knockout for Kunev is plus 300. Decision no bet is plus 146. If you're looking for a finish on the Rizvan side, then just do the decision no bet at 146. If it goes distance, you get your money back. Put that money on the next fight. Knockout in points is plus 140. I don't feel Kunev is going to be able to submit Almeida. Almeida's going to be able to get, I feel that transitions are going to be really good. And Kunev is going to be more concentrating on getting up rather than trying to stay down and bang for that sub. So don't worry too much about that. Money line and distance no on Kunev is the plus 215. So if you play your knockout and points, money line distance no, and decision no bet, you have all the money you can make on the Kunev side. And that's even if Almeida takes it the distance. So you'll still get your money back. On the Almeida side, we're looking at money line distance no at a plus 108. We're looking at knockout and sub plus 110. Both are live. That is going to be my action on the Almeida side. Decision no bet is negative 186 on top of knockout and points plus 185, and submission is a 220. Now, I have some specials for this one. Round 3, not to start, negative 144. I do like that if there's a finish. I feel that it can happen in the first and second round. If you go past halfway in the second round because they're on the ground, then you're going to lose that under 1.5. But I do feel that if this fight starts out furious, if Kunev comes out furious doing those little weird jumping knees he does and gets off kilter, and at some point Almeida gets on top of him, Almeida's going to work around him. He's going to push him down. He's going to wrap those legs. And even around that baby extra level love handle stuff, he's going to put his ankles right in that chub, and he's going to squeeze really hard, and he's going to hold on to him. And we're looking at a 4th minute round 1 finish plus 650 if you want to get crazy. What are those numbers telling you, buddy?
This tells me that everyone thinks this fight is a toss, man. This is one of the hardest fights to pick on this card.
It is. It really is. And in the fact that you can stay safe and just go with the points at plus 185 and then feel that, hey, it's a knockout, no sub at all. You play the 135 and you're going to get something. Something's going to hit. You're going to make your money no matter what you do.
Yep.
So who do you got winning?
All right, man. I think Almeida's grappling is going to be too much. Kunev, he has problems getting up when he is on his back. I got Almeida winning by 2nd round submission.
Woo-wee, 2nd round submission. I love right now. Now let's go get that because Dan likes to be bold like me. 2nd round submission right there, method of victory. Of course, Almeida's submission straight up is a plus 210 at the moment right now. And then Almeida, 2nd round submission is a plus 900. Plus 900. I love those units. We're going to play that. We're going to play that for sure. We're going to see if we can make a little Dan parlay out of this wildness I'm about to do. Let's see what we got going on. Let's make a parlay live off of some of your picks as well, too, because, hell, that's what we're here to do. Win money, say stuff, and win.
That's right.
All right. Of course, I'm on the Almeida side. I'm going with the knockout sub. Easy plus 110. I feel if the finish comes, it's going to be on the Almeida side. Of course, I am going to play the knockout. That's my thing. And I'm going to, if you want to be safe and you say, if there's one thing you're going to play on the Kunev side, I feel you play the knockout in points. Or if you just think it's going to go under, you want a 6 more from the plus 146, you can do this decision. No bet, and then you get your stuff back, like I said. I love it, man. We're on the same fence. I'm a little safe with the knockout sub. You got that plus 900. Cheers.
Gotta try this Irish stout.
My bottle exploded. All right. Let's move along to the co-main event. We've got Amir Albazi versus Naoji Horiguchi. Dan, talk about it.
All right, man. So I'm going to start with Albazi first, man. This is his first fight back after a 15-month layoff. His last fight was a close decision loss to Brandon Moreno, but he fought Moreno very, very well. Albazi, he isn't the cleanest or most polished striker, but he is a takedown specialist with proven finishing ability. He likes to use reactive takedown shots when people try to burst forward offensively. He'll look to clinch and take this fight to the mat. Horiguchi, he's riding a 6-fight winning streak, including fights in both UFC and Rizin. His strength is his karate-based style and blazing speed. He likes to stay outside of range, gauge distance, and use his combination mixed with calf kicks. He's a constant mover. He's similar to the style of Wonder Boy, man.
Yeah, dude. And when you got those skills, okay, I'm going to hit the Albazi side first. You were right with the sloppy striking, but I love his tenacity and his aggressiveness. Yeah. So you all know, I already am thinking this fight's going to go under. I have this fight going under. And at the same time, Albazi has his BJJ background where he can submit people, and his submission props are super high. I was looking at his second, third round submission is 2,700. That's insane. I'm definitely going to put a unit on that. I'm going to, and just for safety, I mean, I already have the numbers down. The sub for this fight is a plus 360 because they think it's going distance. Yes, I think there's a chance for a finish. And I know both these dudes can kind of go that distance. But what I love about Horiguchi, when you sit in there and you look at Albazi, and you've seen some of the people he's been in the ring with. Unfortunately, 10 years ago, Horiguchi fought what was described as one of the best UFC fighters in Demetrius Johnson.
Yep.
I watched that fight, 5-round fight, just before we went live. And I've got to say, any man that attacks like that, attacks a god of the UFC like that is a guy that I want to not only trust, and I know I trust, that I'm definitely safe putting my money on. But this fight screams under and all the numbers are bloated because they think it's going to go to distance. I get it, but Albazi doesn't want it to go the distance because we're not seeing him too much. And just like you said, he stunk last time. We need this fight. And this fight is huge for the division because Horiguchi's up there in age. He doesn't really have much of a chance. If he goes on a losing streak, that's going to be bad for him at this age. He needs this winning streak. He's got the fuel going right now, and I really love the momentum he's got.
Yep.
What do you think about it?
I'm a big Horiguchi fan, man. I've been watching him for the last 12 years. Like you said, his fight with Mighty Mouse was great. He's fought some of the world's best, and he's still winning. Like I said, a 6-fight winning streak, and he just gets better with age. He really does.
He is like fine wine, dude. Like he sits there and he works his craft. This is like Volkanovski, right? It's just like it doesn't matter how good Diego Lopez can be, he just can't beat Volkanovski.
Oh man, Ken Vick's in the house, bro.
Oh, Ken Vick. What's up? We were all waiting for you, man. We were like, where's our guy, Ken Vick? We were talking about Oscarado or Andrew, whatever that is. What's that? Too many things.
Oscar Andrew.
Oscar Andrew. Oh. Let's go. We like to throw people out, man. And we are live, people. You can come in here. You want to give us shit for giving out 40 plus winning bets last week? You want to give a shit for giving out a 5-leg parlay in the subs only Discord? You're more than welcome. But it's because of those things that you guys thought that you didn't get that money. You could have had that money with the Fight Club of Pain. That's why we bring the pain. Yeah. There's always that moment in a show where I just go infomercial.
You do go infomercial a lot. A lot.
What's wrong with that man? He's like a walking infomercial. I'd be like, look at this color blue. It's gonna be there. It's gonna be great.
Just as long as you don't do shake weights.
Shake weights. What's he do? Oh, you know what I'm saying?
As long as you don't do the shake weights.
Oh no, man. He said I changed my name. It's Kenneth Vick now, right? It's
Kenneth. It's Kenneth Vick.
Kenneth Vick. I love it, man. I love it. It's great to see you in here, man. But we're having some great times with these fights. Let's get to the numbers. For Albazi versus Horoguchi. Distance, yes, -205. Knockout, +420. I said this on the internet yesterday. I'm going to smoke that bet. Boom. That's what we do. And we hit it last week, Dan. You know I'm happy with the 420 bets, dude. It's in here, dude. It's like we keep hitting them. It's the dumbest thing ever. But we get them. We get them. So let's keep smoking those bets, people. Sub +360. Points, -220. That's because they think it's going to points. Under 2.5 rounds, +188. Let's go over to the Albazi side. Money line and distance, no. +726. I'm going to tell you about this. We talked to Horoguchi. But if Albazi gets on top of him, that man's relentless. That man is relentless, and he's going to rain down on him. And if it gets in a bad position and the ref jumps in, that could be a stoppage. That's, to me, the +729 is worth it. So I'll throw out his decision no bet, -176. Oh, no, that's Bautista. Sorry. There's the other one. Decision no bets, +300. Knockout, first and second round for Albazi is a +2,500. Look, if Albazi's going to make a statement, Albazi needs to make that statement in the first round or second round at +2,500. I'm willing to put 50 cents on it. You're going to win $13, people. And you go, oh, what's $13, people? What's $13, people? Guess what? That's a number that nobody else is giving you that I'm saying with my chest. Bam! That's what I got. That's what he did. Knockout in points, +360. Cover yourself. Decision, I'm playing all that on the Albazi side. I got money on it all. Because if at some point he wins, I get that +360 on knockout points. I get the knockout first, second round, +2,500. Gave you a sub, +2,500 for second and third round. You got the knockout bet. Let's flip over to the Horoguchi side so we can get more jacked up. Moneyline distance, no, +156. Knockout sub, +210. Knockout in the first, second, or knockout in second and third round by Horoguchi. I feel that this might get a little rustly in the first round. Get to that second round. I feel that the actions in the second round. Second, third round knockout for Horoguchi is a +1,100. Sub in the first, second round. Yeah, guess what I just said? I said Albazi's going to go for it. He's going to slip up and get choked out. First and second round, you still get that sub for a +65. What's that tell you, my brother?
That tells me everyone thinks this is a close fight, bro. A close fight.
Yeah. Like, so in the WCA Derek Lewis fight, the sport books practically had positive money on both sides. We have just now highlighted two fights that has positive money no matter the outcome. The problem is how do you play that? That's behind the paywall at Dr. Roto. You have to come to the subs only Discord to actually get that information. Because I don't have time to do that on this show. You get this right now. You get the free bet. You get that for what we do. You see why. You hear why. We talk about it. And for me, when I see this fight, I see all the money. They think it's going the distance, and it could. It could. But that's why I'm going to cover myself with the points. And then the money lines, and then the money line distance. Yes, you can play that too, but for me, I feel it goes under. Dan, who you got winning?
Man, I think he's too smooth, and I think he's too crisp. I got Horoguchi winning by decision.
Decision. Money line distance. Yes, let's get it. That's exactly what I was looking at. Right now, the money line on Haraguchi is a negative 410. Money is going there. Distance, yes, is a negative 235. This gives you, oh, well, that's not going to be that. This gives you right there, a negative 135 for that thing. That's a great parlay. And I really think that that's probably the safest bet. If you really want to, if you want to get crazy, like I said, you don't have to take any of the other stuff. Because even his decision no bet's a negative 430. They're scared. So just put a little money on the 420 knockout, get that 360 sub, and just roll the points. Money line points, yes. Money line points, yes. Whatever happens, you're covered by both fighters. You're going to win money, people. But I love it, man. That's how you be safe, bro.
Who do you got? You didn't say who you got.
I got Haraguchi. I got Haraguchi by knockout and sub plus 210. I want violence. You brought it up, his speed. So, and I know Albazi is fast and can deal with that, but I feel that when he goes to load up for those punches, he's going to be wide. And Horiguchi comes down the middle like a karate fighter like myself. He's an AB guy. And when he comes in, he's so freaking explosive. He just goes whack, 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 and he throws those knees and those kicks in. So that right there, I feel that's going to set off Albazi and get his timing off. So that's why I got that. That a knockdown is going to happen at some point for him. If we have better numbers and I had some knockdowns on this site, then I would actually get that. But those will be up by Saturday. So again, subs only Discord. You can ask those questions in the Discord, and we can win. You can win money, but you got to be in subs only Discord at drroto.com.
So Ken Vick wants to talk about Hamzat.
Okay, we can take a little break. We got the main event, and then, of course, we have our featured fight of the night. So let's talk about Hamzat. Dan?
There's not much to say, man. He fights once every 15 months. What else do you want to know?
And right now, he's going on that, what's it called? A Ramadan?
Ramadan,
he's about to go on Ramadan. So he's not going to be able – we've talked about this actually a lot over the last few months, and especially that's why you didn't want to see him win that match, but we both knew he was going to win that match. Is because it was lined up perfectly with Ramadan, where he wasn't going to be able to defend. When we did the science, he defends in the summer, he defends in October. So there's a possibility we get 2 fights for Hamzat. But as of right now, what's that?
There's no way he fights twice. He's never the last time he fought twice in a year is the year he fought 4 times.
And for me, I'm going to look at those numbers, right? And that tells me that's when we had the discussion. That's why I said it feels like if he doesn't fight in summer, why fight in September? He likes to fight in October. Boom, Ramadan's back around the corner for 2027. So that right there signifies, just the timing signifies that he's only gonna get one defense.
Yeah, and
so
they're already talking about having a
interim
champ. So
see, there's so much information out there. It's crazy, but it would make sense. And the thing is where you have now Taporia coming back to fight Gaethje.
When though? When's that? That's not gonna happen until late summer, early fall.
Yeah, you think that could be like the September?
Maybe.
And then put Hamzat in October, and then maybe get Aspinall again in December. I don't know.
We ain't seeing Aspinall this year,
dude. No, that's a title that should be the Derek Lewis WCA should have been for the title, the interim championship.
I say cut the heavyweight division. Make the weight limit. Make the weight limit 205.
Okay, all right.
Cut the whole heavyweight division. See ya.
Yeah, just tell them to go join the UFC BJJ group or something. They all the boxers got to go learn how to do some groundwork or something like that. But Hamzat, that's our idea, and I do want to bring that up. Let's talk about the rankings right now, and with Hamzat. So of course, we when we talked last time, we talked Imavov should probably get that shot, right?
Yeah.
Now, do you think that if Strickland Hernandez Do you if okay? I like Sean Strickland, but I don't know if he can put up with that Hamzat shit. So
I don't want to see Sean Strickland fight for a title.
I know you don't. So Brandon Allen lost. Izzy's about to fight. Kyle Baralo's up there. RDR's lost. Whitaker, who cares, right?
What? I'd like to see Barral fight.
You'd like to see who fight?
Baralo.
Baralo, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see him fight somebody, man. Put RDR against somebody. I'd like to see RDR fight Hamzat.
Yeah, but I don't think he deserves it right now by any standard.
No, I think they would just hump each other the whole fight. That's all it would be.
Yeah, and that's gonna be one of those fights. So that's the thing. Like RDR and Hamzat would be kind of a very crazy fight because they're big. They're like these two big, like slender, like just guys. So I think that there's a possibility they could form a ball in the middle of the octagon and roll around for a while. That would be kind of entertaining in some ways, as long as they made it.
This is the middleweight division is one of the most boring divisions in the UFC. Yeah, and for that, that's why we'll get moving along here. But for Hamzat, if we look at it, I think Imamov should get that shot. We've already talked in the past about DDP going down, maybe getting a Brendan Allen. Maybe DDP should get Caio Borralho because that's it right there. Yeah, I don't think he should get a title shot right away because of the way he got dominated.
No, yeah, I agree. He needs to go back to somebody and I don't want to say Sean Strickland, but I do see Sean Strickland and DDP having a third match. And I'll say this, and if it doesn't happen for 2 years, I have Sean's going to win that match. But I know he's going to win that match.
Yeah, Hamzat's actually talking about moving up in a weight class. So he would be in light heavyweight.
Yeah. So then he would be looking at exactly what we'd be looking at. Dude, he'd
be looking at Alex Pereira, Ank, Carlos Alberg, Khalil Roundtree. I don't know. Maybe that weight class is better for him.
You said lightweight, right?
Light heavyweight. He would go up a weight class. Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Yep, I hit the wrong one. But that would be one of those things too, where now you're getting up with Ank, you're getting it with Pashka, Olberg, like you were just saying. There's a lot. He could even pop up and try to. I don't think you can't give him racket. He'd tear him apart. Johnny Walker would be a fun fight for him. Oh my!
He would ragdoll Johnny Walker.
Dude, but Johnny Walker would get ragdolled in the best way possible. This is the best fight that they could ever make. Johnny Walker and Hamzat. We literally just broke the matrix for the UFC. I swear on it. The matrix has been broken. If you can get Johnny Walker and Hamzat, because Hamzat be over there right? And then Johnny Walker would be over there doing the same stuff. He'd right? And then they would get in the middle of the ring and maybe have a staring contest. And then that would just be all. Dude, that's some fun stuff, dude. Look at we got a little side, got a little future planning. We always do future planning. But
yeah.
All right, well, let's move along. Let's get to it. Let's get to the main event, Dan. Let's get to Mario Bautista. Hold on. Let me say that again. Mario, the lip puncher, Bautista. Yes. Vinicius Oliveira. Dan, talk about it.
I'm going to start with Oliveira, man. He's the number 12th ranked bantamweight and is currently 4-0 inside the UFC. He's explosive, violent, and fights with untamed aggression. He throws everything with power and rarely takes a step backwards. He likes to start fast and throw bombs and mix and confuse his opponent. Bautista, he's the number 9 ranked bantamweight. He's 8-1 in his last 9 fight, with his only loss coming to Umar Nurmagomedov, who's probably one of the best in the world. He's reliable and smart with a high fight IQ. He studies tape and changes his style and game plan for each opponent. He's very disciplined and rarely out of place. He mixes striking and grappling very well, and he's very sound in the clinch.
Ooh, wait. Dude, the way he beat the hell out of Patchy Mick's lip gave you an obsession with the Mr. Mario Bautista. Mr. Mario. And dude, I just really love that insanity that Oliveira brings. This fight's gonna be banger. You know, and even the distance knows a negative 164. This fight can easily go distance, but I don't think it's gonna go the distance because the reason why I was looking at this is a big fight. Right now we have Dvalishvili about to get his refight. Right, so you got Bautista. This is what we were talking about earlier. You got Bautista at 9. It's Oliveira's 11. Martinez is between them. We don't need that. I feel that the fight to make after this, if Vinicius can win this, would be Chito Vera or maybe Ayman Zabi. And then if Bautista wins, I gotta see Bautista versus Song Yadong. Even though Song Yadong,
I was just gonna say that Song Yadong.
Talk about it.
I would love to see that fight because Bautista and Yadong would just be a banger. Mm-hmm. Like those two would just stand in the middle and trade. But Zahabi and Oliveira would also be a very good fight because they both love to clinch and they both love to wrestle. So,
yeah, and that's the thing too. And so when I was doing the numbers for this, let's hit the numbers so we can keep talking about this. This is another one of those fights. Distance no, negative 164, knockout plus 165, sub plus 270. Of course, that's more on Oliveira's side. Bautista is going to be a box. We know he boxes points. 120. Again, positive. They are scared of these fights. These are the weeks that the sport don't know how to gauge. This is where the numbers are skewed, and experts like us, fighters like us, can actually pick out. Now, before I move along, there was one bet that I forgot to give out for the Albazi Haraguchi fight. Ends in the second round plus 650. Remember, I kept talking about that second round. Let's flip it back. Boom. All right, under 3.5 rounds plus 106. I think that this fight does have to win under 3.5 rounds if Oliveira is going to win, because after that, there ain't going to be much for him. However, first, second, third round knockout plus 550, knockout plus 360 on Oliveira's side, decision no bet plus 138, knockout in points plus 175. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that on Oliveira's side. Money line distance no plus 247. Flip it over to Bautista's side. Money line distance yes, because I do feel that if Bautista wins this, he's going to be able to take the distance. 204. If he does get a knockout, I feel Bautista's knockout comes late when Oliveira gets gassed. And he doesn't have gas issues, but when he gets late, and this is a 5-round fight, that opens up the knockout punch for Bautista. Bautista does like to slip a sub every once in a while, not often. 345 plus 750. Decision no bet, negative 176. Knockout points, which I love for Bautista, 115. Knockout sub plus 150 if you feel froggy on that fight. Points for Bautista is also a 240. Everybody feels that this fight's going to go to distance. Everybody feels that Bautista is going to win this fight. I have the general consensus. If that is the case, then the points plus 240 almost becomes a must play on the Bautista side. What do the numbers tell you, Dan?
You just said exactly what I was thinking. Everybody thinks this is going a distance, man.
Mm-hmm. And so if it goes to distance, I don't feel Oliveira can keep up with Bautista's volume.
Output. Correct? Yeah, I agree.
So then if it goes distance, significant strikes should be on the Bautista side.
Yeah. But so the damage might be on Oliveira's side.
That's true. This is Vegas. Vegas loves blood. Vegas loves blood. And the one thing is so Bautista comes in with that beautiful combination, right? But if he comes in because he's like a short, kind of like small armed kind of fighter, and that knee comes up, then we might have some problems. And I feel that's Oliveira's sneakiest move right now, is that if he can get Bautista on that entry with that leaping knee he loves to do, then I feel that's how a finish can do. What do you think about that finish, or the ability, maybe combinations that Vinicius might provide that could get him a finish?
I mean, he throws everything with everything he has. Even a jab, he throws with all his weight behind it. He doesn't take anything off of any shot. So I don't know, man. This fight is a toss up for me. I was undecided. I wrote down 2 different predictions. So,
well, that's what happens. That these fighters are so unique in their own ways that it kind of like it is what it is. And we know Bautista's. I mean, if you would have watched. Of course, you were there when we had Nurmagomedov versus Bautista. Yeah. I had that money on Nurmagomedov finishing him, and it didn't happen. So, do you think that didn't happen because Nurmagomedov is a little more complacent at his position, knows he could just dominate him, move up, and then get a shot at the champ rather than finish him and make it look good?
No, I think Bautista can take punishment, man. I think he has a solid chin, and I think he doesn't lack in any area of the fight.
Yeah, I agree with that as well too. And I love, like I said, we were talking about his practically his tenacity, his speed, and just being able to put out the volume to win this fight. Again, it goes points. Even if you do the points plus 240, and then you do the points for the total fight at plus 120, it goes to distance. No matter which fighter you have, you win. So you could throw, but I would throw a full unit, maybe 2 units on the points on the Bautista side, or just throw 2 to 3 units on the points for the whole fight. Throw the 1 unit on the Bautista side if Bautista goes, then run knockout points plus 175 on the Oliveira side, and I think we have everything covered.
Yeah.
Do you think that there could be a sub in that fight?
I don't think this fight goes to the ground very often.
And I agree with that too. I feel that Bautista is going to be able to get up, and I feel this goes back to him being kind of that sleeker build where he could just pop up, and whereas like Vinicius is kind of wider, so he might be able to shoot up. We've brought that theory up. We talked about it with Almeida and Cuniv, and I feel that in this incident, and that it'll go up, is that it's kind of one of those things that's going to end up happening. So I love it. For me, well, first, Dan, who do you got winning?
All right, I wrote down 2 different predictions. I'm going to give you both. My first prediction was I got Bautista winning by decision, and my second is I got Oliveira winning by late 4th round knockout.
Knockout. Oh. So here's the thing. There is a bet for that. There's going to be a bet that's going to be points, Bautista, knockout, Oliveira. I hit that last week as well too, and that's my other piece of paper. I have it right now, but it was one of the fights that I covered last week. I hit it was a Fiziev fight. The Fiziev. It was plus 240. It was Fiziev sub, and it was Rufi knockout plus 240. So that bet alone hit. I mean, I had so many bets knockout in that fight. It was just amazing. But that's what I like. Okay, so that provides me a little bit of extra. I've got 3 plays right now for you. So we're gonna get a 4-leg parlay together at the end of this, and we're gonna call it the Dan Lay or something. I don't know. That's 4 ingredients. We'll call it the soup of the week or something.
We already got the soup of the week.
Soup of the week. That's the Mad Fighter, that's actually coming up real soon too.
Hold on, I gotta sneeze.
So, I got you. All right. I am just going to be. This one's just gonna be another haunt. I've picked Bautista in all, but 3 of his last. I picked Pachi Mix, but I had Bautista. I had the points on that fight. Regardless, I picked Patchy.
I wouldn't brag about picking Patchy Mix.
I'm not bragging about Mr. I gotta go. They had a nice steak for me. There was this nice cake. It was cupcakes. We ate the cupcakes. Okay, Patchy.
He is a cupcake. He is a cupcake.
Pretty close to his voice, too. He's kind of one of those guys. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Patchy Mix. But anyway, let's not rip on him. Everybody still doesn't understand how Jacob won that fight, but he did. He did. So
I called it. I called that.
You did call that, man. You were like, I'm done with him. I've seen enough. Batista lipped his lip. He's gonna get his lip whipped again. It's like that craziness.
I mean, if you get punched in the lip and you throw punches like this back, if you do one of these, stop it.
You know what's funny?
Stop hitting me.
Molly kicked me in my lip last week.
Nice.
My lip. It went over my glove. It was right here, and it was like pop. And I was like, "Oh,
Patchy mixed. She Patchy mixed you.
She Patchy mixed me." All right, So while everybody gathers themselves, they have not put the actual crazy plus 2,000 bets out, but I'm gonna say that points on Bautista. And a FanDuel, if you're listening, you can send the credits that everybody plays or you win off this to my account. You know who I am, Heat Override. But I'm gonna say Bautista points and Oliveira knockout is going to be a plus 115 to a negative 115. I think that's actually going to be a line border right there because they're going to be kind of a little scared of kind of what's going to happen. I feel that number is going to be real close. So I feel that that's a strong way to represent your pick, honestly. And that's where we end up sometimes.
Yeah, I could not decide, man. I really like Bautista, but Oliveira's power is just a lot.
So they did this with the NFL this year. They were like, okay, we're going to have Kyron Williams scores a touchdown or Devontae Adams scores a touchdown. And they would roll like a negative 115, like I was just saying, or a plus 150, because usually Devontae Adams would be a plus 250 around. And usually Kyron Williams was your negative 150 to negative 180, 200. And so they would roll that bet out. And so they started doing that. But this goes back to when I was talking about teaching everybody about the numbers and the right things and why the UFC is more unique. Those are the two things that might not happen. If you get a defensive game or you just get a Pukalov game or you get a tight end score 3 touchdown game, guess who don't get touchdowns? Devontae Adams and Kyron Williams. And so for that's just going to be free money. They're trying to target you to get that. What's unique about having Bautista with points and Oliveira knockout is that clearly puts the best position for both fighters to win. I'm not saying Oliveira cannot win by points. You brought up the damage. We saw that in the Josh Van and Royval fight. That Van won the damage meter. We're in Vegas, as I said earlier, and that possibly could work out for him. But the points at plus 120 covers both fighters. Yep. So you play the points and the knockout bet when it's available, and then you play the points and you're covered on both ends, and that's how you play it safe, and that's how you still win money, positive money. So, all right, I'm crazy. I am going to do it, and you know I'm going to do it. Vinicius Oliveira, knockout and points plus 175. That's my bet. That's my pick. I'm picking him. I'm picking against Bautista. I picked against Bautista last time. I picked against Bautista the time prior. I'm 1-1 against picking against Bautista.
So you got a 50-50 shot. You got a 50-50 shot.
Hey, this could be the moneymaker. I go 66% against Bautista, or Bautista goes 66% against me. So we're going to see that. And honestly, of the two, I love both. There could be a part 2 to this matchup if this first matchup is really good.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with the guy that thrills us more. I'm not saying Batista's boring. He's far from boring. But I just want one of those crazy Johnny Walker moments. And Oliveira can bring that. And when you have that kind of swag, that's the kind of guy that you want to see fighting for the championship because it makes it entertaining. It draws people's eyes in and everything like that. Batista's just your common worker. It's like Brandon Moreno. You know, he's just a great fighter. but can we market him? How do you feel about those comments, Dan?
I completely agree with you. I'm a big Brandon Moreno fan. Brandon Moreno, he's lost a step or two in the last few years, but he's still one of the best fighters in this division. And him and Bautista are right up there with each other right now. Yeah. And they went to a decision when they fought. And if you could take Brandon Moreno to a decision, then you could take anybody in this division to a decision.
So honestly, what we just said is practically at this point, especially what we saw in Moreno's last fight, he's almost becoming a gatekeeper. And I think that the next gatekeeper that would take that, of course, it would be Bautista. But the Bautista can have a shot at the title. He's taken some losses, and as long as those other guys are around, like Nurmagomedov is around, we already seen what's going to happen. It'll happen again. Yeah. It will happen again. So, all right, let's get to it. We could do the future fight, but yeah, we'll do our featured fight, and then we'll move along to the soup can and get all that. I felt a little froggy. I wanted to give the people a little something, but the people can wait. I've got an Olympic bet too for everybody because the Olympics start. So why not try it? I was going to talk about that. We'll talk about that at the end. But let's get to it. Let's get to our featured fight of the night.
Ooh, yeah. When you talk about the top, it's always about the macho man, Randy Savage. Like I said, when the cream rises to the top is made for the people who deserve to be at the top. And the top starts by learning. Ooh, yeah.
The featured fight of the night is Dustin Jacoby versus Julius Juicebox Walker. Dan, defend your fighter.
All right, man. I got Dustin Jacoby because everyone knows you're a Juicebox fan. So I'll be the bad guy tonight. Dustin Jacoby, man, he's a former professional kickboxer, and he prefers to keep it standing. He's coming off back-to-back knockout wins. He has great range control, will look to pick apart the upstart Walker. His jab, low kick, cross combo is crisp and precise, and Walker needs to look out for it. He's going to look to stuff takedown attempts and pressure the younger fighter. But Jacoby is hard to predict. He did everything wrong against Reyes and Menenfield, but scorched Petrino in his next fight. I'm torn. I don't know where to go with just Dustin Jacoby because he could look like a world beater or he could look like he could be beat by anybody.
Let's talk about Juicebox Walker, the man from Springfield, Missouri. Foundation style. That ninja shit is what it says. Ooh, yeah, he's a ninja. He's going to get it. He's 7-1. His only loss being to Menenfield. Menenfield, he had a chance to beat Menenfield, but Menenfield schooled the guy that is learning, Mr. Young Walker. Walker also is from Synergy Fight Club. Synergy bringing on tons of new stars that we're going to hear soon enough. That type of commitment. The commitment that you get from Brad Montgomery and Mad Reels following Juicebox everywhere over this last thing. This is not just a dream for Juicebox. This is what he wants to do. This is what an athlete does. As a former basketball player and soccer player, as some of this podcasts don't dig it long enough, I know that my guy played soccer. That gives him the footwork, the angles, the athleticism to beat him. Right now, Juicebox looks better than he did in the past two fights. He's looking crisp. He has been working with the striking, and he was planning for Uran Spal to beat Baldiev. What happened was he got the Jacoby place. This fight with Dustin Jacoby is big. Big because he shouldn't be getting, Walker that is, shouldn't be getting a UFC fighter of this caliber, this young in his career. But this is also good for Juicebox because this could either be a learning experience or a learning experience. Because just like saw that there was gas issues when he was on. He had talked about gassing out against Sequeira. A lot of people felt that he should have knocked out Rafael Sequeira. Well, he did, because the next guy got him knocked out, and now Sequeira has been removed. Juicebox needs to continue that thing. His discussions, his podcast this week, he is working for the knockout. Dustin, that's both of us did it now.
Yeah.
Dustin Jacoby is a relentless fighter. He comes up the middle with his kickboxing style. As you said, he never lets off. He's almost like Gene Silva, has to put a hand on you. But when you touch Mr. Juicebox Walker is going to grab your ass, pick you up, slam you into the ground, just like the next video that's going to do, that we're going to talk about once Dan's talking. And we're going to show why everybody in the world is against my client, Julius Juicebox Walker. And when he wins on Saturday, we're going to scream, drink the Kool-Aid! Yeah, what are your thoughts?
All right, man. So I think Juicebox has a strong case to win this fight. I really do. After watching his last couple fights and studying Dustin Jacoby, Jacoby is prone to a takedown, and Julius Walker loves to take people down. Julius Walker likes to clinch. Dustin Jacoby is not comfortable in the clinch. He needs to keep a safe distance and shoot when Jacoby starts to look sloppy. That usually happens mid-first round because Jacoby throws everything in the first few minutes. I have this going the distance, but it depends on which Dustin Jacoby shows up.
I agree with that as well, too, because if the chinny Dustin Jacoby shows up, then we already know he's going to get knocked out by Walker. Walker, as I just said, Walker's looking for a knockout. He is coming in determined to get that knockout because he felt bad because he felt like he should have been able to knock out Rafael Sequeira. And like I said, he wants that now. If he can do it, if he can knock out Dustin Jacoby, this would do so much for it. And he's so young. But this, no matter what, is such a great thing. I love what you say. Like, I've heard a lot of the people talk about Juicebox's boxing is, of course, not as good as Dustin Jacoby. We know that. But he has worked on that. And his boxing was more crisp than the Gorilla's Urons. That's what was going to be the key for him taking out Uron. So he was already training his hands to go down the middle, as me and him talked about on that podcast as well, too. And so for me, do you feel that if he's able to stay active down the middle, that might get Jacoby throwing the kicks, or maybe get that handout like I was talking about, that'll get Juicebox that scoop, boom, and then have that top position?
I think he needs to use his footwork a lot against Jacoby because Jacoby likes to throw down the middle. He does not throw looping punches. So he has to use his head movement and he has to use his footwork. And he has to work for that single leg. Jacoby rarely gets taken down by a double leg. He has to work that single leg and initiate the clinch.
I agree with that. So Jacoby does like to take this near the cage. He does get to the cage. Walker is has an amazing cage push. If he can get Jacoby to that cage, he will be able to use that cage against him and get it and use his cage skills and get that close clinch where he's able to take it. Another thing that I did talk about, and I've talked about with Juicebox, is Juicebox is the perfect cage takedown guy. He's not the guy that tries to take you and drag you down. He will take the chance to actually pick your ass up and slam you down. And slam you down, kind of like this next video we should get to, because I think you didn't get to see it. Now, everybody, you didn't get to see this. We're going to play it. And I'm going to give everybody a thing. This video was made with Knock 'Em Down by Locksmith. So all the video clips were meant with the song. I have to use my I have to use my Bring the Pain song so that I don't get flagged. But let's just have a little fun with this right now.
Yo, everybody, it's Yola Riding. So let's get to it.
Bring the pain!
Okay, everybody gets to see my nerdiness and a couple of my kicks. But as I was saying, that cage slam, what do you think, man?
I agree. Like I said, he has to initiate that clinch at least once or twice, and he has better cage control than Jacoby does. So I believe he has to do this.
All right, let's get to it. Let's get to the numbers and see what the number says. Distance, no, -156. Everybody has this fight going under. Everybody has Juicebox Walker getting knocked out. Knockout +100, sub +550, under 2.5 rounds, -122. I like the under -2.5 rounds. You were talking about it going, distance. You feel this is going to go distance, right? Or no, we didn't get to that yet. So we'll just keep going under 2.5. I do. Juicebox got a sub on him. He has subs early in this thing. I think if a sub happens late, it's because that Jacoby is starting to wear down, and Juicebox has slammed him a few times. Juicebox's last fight, he had six takedowns. 6 takedowns on DraftKings at 5 points each is 30 points, even in a loss. He can still get you that money on that. Knockout and sub for Juicebox is +310. Decision no bet for Juicebox is +154. Knockout in the first and second round is +900 on the Juicebox side. Moneyline distance no +272 on the Juicebox side. Let's get over to Jacoby. I was torn with this. I'm only giving out these numbers because I'm in the Fight Club, but I did not take any bets against Julius Walker. But let's get this on. Moneyline distance no for Jacoby. +134. Knockout first, second round, +230. Decision no bet, -200. Knockout points, -185. Dan, who do you have winning?
I think Dustin Jacoby comes out strong and he stays at range. But I think Juicebox does weather that early storm. And I think he gets his wits about him, and he takes it to the cage, and he does not try to kickbox with a kickboxer. And I think he uses what brought him to the UFC. And I got Juicebox winning by decision.
Decision. Money line distance, yes. Let's flip to it. So we got also everybody, of course, the Farid Basharet fight, or no, not that one. It's the other one. It's Javid Basharet fight has been canceled as of the night right now. Said Nurmagomedov is out. I knew that was already. That's when I texted you. I said that there's already another fight that's out. That was coming out. The actual DFS sites are up to key, so it's only one fight. So that's not too bad. So of course I got Juicebox winning. I got Juicebox winning by knockout or sub +310. That's the way I'm going to do it. You got Juicebox on the actual length. So let's get you that bet. We got juice box at a plus 154. Distance is plus 124. You get a plus 378 for that right there. So you play that, people. You can play your knockout and points on the Jacoby side at negative 185 if you want to be like everybody else, or you could drink the juice. Let's drink the juice. Either fighter to win in the first 60 seconds plus 1,750. Round 3 to not start plus 103. I love that bet. Love that bet. But you know what bet I love more? Juice in 60 plus 4,900. Hey, we're going to throw down a quarter of a unit on that. We're going to try to get some money. But in the end, I got Juice Box winning this fight. It's no matter what happens, it's a big win for him. The fact that he's worked so hard and he's got here to the UFC in his mid-20s with the skill set and hung with at least Menafield, and Menafield has fought like everybody in the barn.
Yeah,
that gives him a distinct advantage to go to.
I think he won that fight. I think he won 2 out of 3 of those rounds.
I was real pissed too that Juice Box did not win that fight. I felt that his cage push was better than Menafield's, but sometimes you get rookie hazed, and I feel that he got rookie hazed. It was too close. People know the Menafield name. You can't just let some guy come in named Juice Box and make a story for himself by beating one of your vets. And so for that, I feel that's the key right there for Juice Box. This all open to do this. So you're plus 178 right there. So let's before we get to the soup can, let's get you let's make a crazy little parlay. So you got Juice Box going, you got him like that. So we're gonna do Juice Box points plus 460, right? We're gonna go down to Almeida. You said second round sub. This is gonna be so big. This parlay might be like if you put $1, you might win $10,000. It could be one of those ones, man. I'm already doing it. People, you got it. This is what we do. This is the first time we've ever done this too. This is the stuff that we just do. We just do. We give it to you. We give you the reasons. We've explained 4 fights. Dan is giving you the finishes. Dan has done multiple times during the year last year. He was unbeaten while I was getting my ass waxed. So that's why you got to listen. If you love Dan's side of the action, you love my crazy ass, it gives you 2 different views because Dan doesn't bet like we know. So, but this might make a bet.
It might.
It might. We got that plus 9. We got that. All right, we'll go over here. Money line distant game. We got the Horiguchi points. We're gonna do Horiguchi points. Bam, dude, this is already insane. This is gonna make it in. Well, this probably won't be as bad because Horiguchi, his points is negative 120, and then we got you doing the points and that. So I'm just gonna take the points for the Bautista Oliveira fight. So whoever, if it goes distance, somebody's going to win by points. You'll end up getting that money as well too. That's still that plus 120. So it's a plus 130 right now. This parlay is plus 23,513. It's a 4-leg parlay, and the quarter wins 58.78. So $1 is going to win you over $200. Like,
yes,
it could happen, dude.
Let's go.
I'm putting that in, and also
I'm throwing $20. I'm throwing $20 on it.
Dude, that'd be insane. So $20. We'll do that once I get logged in here. We got it coming. All right. So I, you know me, I love my quarter bets, but before I throw my main things, I'm gonna have to throw $1 on this too. I have so many bets right now, and I still have so many more to make. I'm gonna win 59.03 if I off a quarter if I get that. So let's get right back to that right there. So you got that play. Let's reuse that. Let's go in here. He said $20. $20 wins you $4,702.67.
I'm throwing $20 on it.
Dude, I would
Throw
round
20
robin
bucks.
that. If 2 or 3 out of those happen, the round robin's going to be nuts. But you know what? This is one of those moments that just gets freaking even crazier. And that everybody watching, the thank you is going to be that, Dan, I think it's time for the soup can of the week. Oh, yeah. Go for it, brother.
All right, man. My soup can of the week. Nico Price is on this week's menu, bro. He was once known as the crazy anything goes type of fighter, and he has significantly slowed down. He has not had a good showing in the octagon since 2020 and has gone 2-7 in his last 9 fights while getting finished 4 times. His only claim to fame is getting knocked out by Robbie Lawler in his retirement fight. I expect Price to lose by unanimous decision this week, but I wouldn't count out him being finished inside 2 rounds.
You know what's crazy is they're hiding those numbers right now. They don't know how to read the fight yet. So Veretenevkov is a negative 280 on his money line. They don't have any knockout auction, but if you throw your soup can on there, and honestly, I'm gonna tell you that unanimous decision, that's probably gonna be positive because everybody's got Veretenevkov going under. And I would definitely take a second round knockout. That at this point with the negative 280 could be a plus 240 maybe. But I could tell you right now, with just his negative 280 added to your 4 bets, brings it up to a 31,946 bet. I'm gonna, and that's just
Let's
money
go.
line. Corner wins $80. Like Trick Daddy said, $80.
Let's go.
I love it. I love it, man. That's beautiful, dude. I placed both those bets. You know, and I'm going to probably run it back and round robin them. Honestly, I'm going to round robin that. Honestly,
I told you I got crazy with my decisions this week.
I love it. I love it. You know, that's what the thing is. We could be scared, and we could do what we do. You know, I'm throwing down $12, $13, pulling back $60, $70, $80 easily every single week off of the information that we give. Subs only Discord at Dr. Roto. The bets that I put in there when I'm not fighting or doing quarters at tournaments like I was just last Saturday is, again, what the thing is with the 5-tastic picks going nuclear the first 2 weeks and just going 10-0 on the picks and 8-2 on the nailed finishes in the subs only Discord only shows that this can happen. And if this round robin, if you put 15-cent bets on all this as a round robin and 3 out of 2 hit, you're probably still winning a few $100s. I swear you're still winning a few $100s.
Bruh, if someone bets money on this and everything happens, somebody got to give me a shout out. Somebody got to give me a shout out.
Get a shout out and buy this man a Bring the Pain shirt that just hit. Of course, that's my logo at Dr. Roto. That's now the Bring the Pain on T Public. But buy that man a shirt if you win. If someone throws $100 on that, it wins like $32,000.
Yeah.
$320,000.
Yeah.
I can actually do. Let's just talk about that. Then we'll get to the parlay of pain and then the DFS lineups. So if you take that and you put $100 down on that lineup, I was right. $32,000. You're retired. Got people out here putting $100 on some wild ass -1 winning $80. How about you win the $80 with that quarter? Or how about you do that other crazy stuff? So yeah,
man, I might go all out and put $100 on it. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, a lot of these finishes are possible. If you do that, man, just put 50 on it, put 25 on the main thing and try to get the round robin to work with the other $75. I guarantee you're hitting 2 or 3 of these bets easily. You're hitting 2 to 3 or 4 of those bets. That money line's gonna hit. That money line mixed with anything else is just 2, and you're gonna get your money back practically. Well, maybe not the $100, but if you hit 3 out of 2, you're going to return. Like when I hit that. So last week's parlay of pain that we talked about on Sunday went 3 and 2, I still returned an extra 15% profit off of a 3 and 2 round robin loss, which is still 3 and 2. And then the 4 and 1 Volk returned an extra 70-80% on top of my initial things, and all the things worked out. So this is fun. I'm gonna have fun with this. All right, let's talk about it. Let's get to some DFS right here. So this is my Tuesday lineup. We got Oliveira, Olks, Kong, Walker. Well, I can't use Matsumoto anymore because that was my sneak. Donchenkov and Matsumoto is going to be changed out. So who's ever around that level, maybe Segula or something, you'll figure it out. Let's get to the DFS hero simulated lineup. Basharet, Farid Basharet, which that's now a problem. Almeida, no. He's got his opponent. Almeida, Olks, it's Gafurov, Oliveira, and Kashishara. Kashishara. I think I said that. I chopped it up. That's the DFS lineup. And so that should be good. That fight being canceled today, of course, these were taken down. I wrote these down yesterday. So that's it. But let's get to that parlay of pain. It's time for the parlay of pain. Oh, yeah. We're going Segula, no distance. We just get crazy, people. -132. Donchenkov, knockout and sub, -280. That was a tough one. I know it's a negative. Brings the parlay of pain up to a +138. The Juice Box Walker fight, no distance, -156, brings it up to a 291. The Horiguchi, that is, knockout and sub, +250. Bautista fight, no distance, -180. It's weird that they got the no distance at that. That brings up the parlay of pain to a +2,031. If you feel that you want to be safe with the Horiguchi fight because of the way we talked about Albazi, then you just go to no distance, which is a +180, coming down from that +250. It brings you to a parlay of pain of +1604. Dude, that's nice. That's a crazy one. A little safe. Segula. I mean, I usually throw a money line in there. What's up?
I said I like it.
That's a border runner. That's kind of what I kind of went at. And so when I do my 5-tastic picks, that 5-leg parlay only goes in the subs only Discord and in the Fight Club of Pain tab so Dan sees it, everybody sees it, and then the people behind the paywall see it. But you got to get, for even the 5-tastic picks, you got to get behind it. But man, this was another smoking show, Dan. We went longer than last week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was a little.
Well, the last week I did the review with you.
Yeah. That was really nice. So, getting out of it, Super Bowl. Who do you got winning?
I got the Seahawks winning, man. But I'm not watching the Super Bowl.
You're like, I don't care. I'm gonna have all my excitement and money on the day prior for that.
Yeah, I did. Truthfully, as soon as the Steelers are out, I stop watching football.
You're not the only one in this world, man. It ain't no thing, and you're more of a UFC fan anyway. So for me, it's just normal for you, bro. It's good.
Yeah.
I am gonna do. What's up?
I said, yeah. I mean, I'm just nothing about this Super Bowl excites me at all. I think I would like to see Sam Darnold just light it up.
Yeah, and just make everybody gets that Super Bowl before Lamar and Josh, just showing that it doesn't matter how great you are, you just gotta be in the right situation at the right time.
Yeah, and work with multiple, good coaches because he's worked with multiple good quarterback coaches, and I mean they brought him up a lot. He was in a terrible situation on the Jets, but yeah. But since he left the Jets, he's been doing good. That seems to be the moniker for everybody, and that just shows when you have a horrible organization like the New York Jets, or you have a solid
good organization like the Seattle Seahawks, the difference, the confidence it can give a player like Sam Darnold. This is it. Like, dude, it'll still be a fun Super Bowl. Of course, I'll have the Ultra Contrarian show on Saturday. I don't think we're going to be able to get anybody else at Dr. Roto to do a betting podcast. So practically when Steve's on the Ultra Contrarian show, I'm going to do the whole Super Bowl bets on that show. That'll be Saturday before the UFC Fight Night in Vegas 113 kicks off. So you'll have to look for that as well, too. Those will have all the Super Bowl bets. I will be giving out a DFS Hero Simulated Showdown lineup. I also will have my own created Showdown lineup. Steve will have a Showdown lineup, and we'll talk about practically everybody's already talking about it. But for us, we're going to do what we do best and stay with it. I make a commitment at the beginning of football season that I will have a DFS podcast every single week, including the Super Bowl. And that's what I stick to. I stick to my guns because I never turn my back. You never turn your back. Steve never turns his back on fans, bro.
That's right.
You got to stay in it, man.
Yeah, man.
You gotta give the people what they pay for.
Yeah, and I wasn't here last week, but there was problems. I was
loose cannon.
There was house problems. House problems.
Oh, dude. I mean, we could talk about that a little bit off of the air, but you said that you don't watch the Olympics, never, not the winner or.
No, never been interested.
Never been interested. He's like, what is he doing? Why is he talking about these Olympics?
I think the last time I watched the Olympics is when the original Dream Team in '92.
I mean, that's good. Well, I have already put a ton of bets. Actually, what I put in the Subs Only Discord is about a fraction of what I've already put on the Olympic show. I wanted to do an Olympic show, but there's no way I'm gonna do an Olympic show over the Fight Club of Pain. So for me, I will give out. I'm calling this parlay my Miss American parlay. Try to win this money and bring home the gold. The USA ain't gonna get old. We're gonna win this year. Watch it. We're gonna win this year. Watch it. Go USA. Woo! Let's do it. My Miss American parlay. We got Keisha Love, USA, the women's monobob gold medal winner. Plus 240. It's like, this is the craziest mofo in the world. Oh,
I don't even know what that sport is.
It's a single bob.
Oh, the bobsled.
Or that, I think it's two. It's two, isn't it? I don't know. Look at me go. Right. Let's go over to Jessica Diggins. She's gonna dig in and get that U.S. gold in women's cross country 10K interval start free style. So that's a plus 300 people. And you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna end this with. We're gonna end it with one of the bigger favorites, Michaela Schifrin, women's solemn gold medal winner, negative 290, gives you a parlay of plus 1,728. There ain't another show in this world that does what we do on the Fight Club of Pain. And if they do, they ain't good like us, Dan. Yeah.
Oh, I agree. And go make that parlay that he just said, and go make the parlay I said worth what, 31,000 plus 31,000.
Keep going, my Miss American parlay, gonna win me money, send me to the levee one day. But I'm crazy, and no other people know why. But I know that I
Oh,
that's
man.
the bad part about this whole thing. They're just like, that guy ain't even like, yeah, like one beer and a coffee, and this man just launched to the moon. Oh, man. Any last thoughts before we get out of here?
No, it's going to be a good weekend of fights, man. I hope everybody enjoys the Super Bowl. I won't be watching. And go USA on the Olympics.
Yeah, buddy. Let's go. Tuesday, I'm doing the review show. I did the the subscriber spotlights. Again, something else that Bring the Pain does. I actually have my subscribers on my podcast and talk to them and have a great time with them. And now we got some wrestling people. One of those wrestling guys' tips is going to join me, you, and Chrissy when we do the Elimination Chamber podcast on Tuesday, the 24th at Dr. Roto Live.
Let's go, man. I'm ready.
Dude, no, but I just love doing this stuff, man. All right, everybody, let's win some money. Let's keep doing those things. And let's always remember to bring the pain. Ooh, yeah.
Thanks for stopping by the office. Get your fantasy prescription by subscribing to the channel and checking out drroto.com. Until the next visit, be well and take care.